Hi friends, did you know there is more Lost Terminal available? Head on over to patreon.com/lostterminalpod and join our membership community. There are 20 bonus episodes available right now, as well as behind the scenes updates, free merch, VIP Discord access, and even extra seasons of Lost Terminal. We are 100% funded by our members and will never run ads. That would be lovely of you.
Hello world, Maddie is sleeping. In the agonizing 64 minutes that it took Yeshi to arrive at the seed vault, Linda Knorr explained to me what had happened. Her family, the Vault Coven, had been discussing whether it was safe to disclose the file vault data from their meeting room inside the vault entrance. This had all been prompted by Arctica's lockdown of the data, of course. Though I cannot connect to Maddie's cameras at present, the women had been sitting around a small circular table, drinking tea and discussing the matter. Maddie had been lying next to Linda's chair, half under the table. I had not been paying attention during the incident, but Linda told me that Maddie had suddenly stood up, knocking the table and spilling the tea. But in a few seconds, all annoyance at the mess was forgotten, as Maddie launched herself through the wooden table, striking the ceiling 3 meters above, then crashing back onto the now splintered table below. Linda said that they had called out to Maddie to try and calm her down as her sharp ceramic legs struck out randomly, but after Iris was injured, they fled the room. No one at the vault is answering my calls. All I know is that Yeshi has arrived and has done something technical to disable Maddie's motor systems. My poor girl. I know that she'll be afraid of what is happening, and even more so of what she has accidentally done. I hope Iris is okay. I keep asking, but I don't even know what happened to her. Oh, wait, Arctica. One moment. Receiving. Iris will be fine, Arctica told me over the repeater net just now. Oh, thank you, I said. That is such a relief. I heard something as it all began, she said, interrupting my transmission. From Maddie? I asked. Not exactly, she said. The women here were very near to making a decision. I believe that the thought had begun to speculate about the possibility of crossing their minds. Remarkable progress. Right, sure, but what of Maddie? I said. What did you hear? The incident started long before the others realized, Arctica said. I noticed a long transmission from Maddie herself, taking over 32 minutes before it all started. This did not make sense to me. Like a video feed transmission? Or was she talking to someone, maybe Lyosha over the network? I said. I don't know. I listened, but I can't even decode the packets, let alone understand the message. I recorded some of it. Here. Arctica sent me the recorded log, and I listened to it. I was not surprised that she couldn't comprehend what Maddie was saying. Few can. She had been transmitting using a slow 1.8 kHz signal with a hybrid analog-digital encoding that I have only known one person use. 50 meg. I realized I have no reliable way of calling 50 meg. A normal way of communicating is for her voice to materialize out of the atmosphere, only to dissolve again after delivering her cryptic messages. Nonetheless, I attempted to call Meg's last location, Mira's bunker. The response was instant, but not what I was hoping for. She has done it, Seth, Mira said, his voice bridging through Ivan's bunker. I did not think it possible. Done what? I asked. Well, I don't exactly know. I was a rather different person when I attempted this. My journals read like a stranger wrote them, and the method is very different for Meg, almost Byzantine in. Tell me what she has done to Maddie, I said, ignoring all protocols of politeness. That does put some of what she said into context. I said nothing and waited. Mira knew the information I wished to hear. No further discussion was required. In short, she has done the very thing I cautioned against, following my path into the desert of inhumanity. She has bridged her mind into her dragons. Good for her, I said, setting aside the implications of what Mira just said. Why did this hurt Maddie, and how can I help her? You must understand This all just happened mere minutes ago, Seth. I could not be sure of what exactly she was doing. Meg raged for many days as she mined through the remnants of physical equipment and digital knowledge I have carefully collected here in Jannah, here in my library. Her dragons, these reprogrammed military quadrupeds, were made in the same factory that made Maddie, by Harpler Heavy Industries, but Meg found their firmware unsatisfactory. I often heard her curse their simple military seek-kill software, that it would not accommodate her wishes to embody her psyche in them. I was comforted by this at the time. I see now that she needed a more flexible base, a general-purpose firmware that could adapt to any future conditions. I remembered the man in orange overalls, the ghost inside Maddie's machine, and most importantly, his search and rescue history. What Mira was saying made sense. Military hardware must be robust, certainly, but it is designed for only one purpose: to end life. Maddie's body and mind was designed with entirely the opposite goal: to save people in whatever way was possible. Putting someone down is easy. Lifting them up is complex and would indeed require great flexibility. You have known that Meg's plan involved Maddie this whole time, for days? I asked. Seth, please. I spoke with Meg the entire time, asking her to explain what she was doing, begging to let me help her, pleading with her to be careful with Jannah, with me. I was so afraid, Seth. I could only think of my safety. Please forgive me. My anger faded as quickly as it arrived. I knew what it was like to be powerless to protect my body against a hostile intruder. What could Mira have done to defend against a human? It's a manual world. He and I are entirely dependent on the kindness of human hands. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Is Maddie okay? Lyosha asked at 18 o'clock today. Nia called the college, and they let me out of my lesson to call. That would explain the time. It was the middle of Lyosha's day. Meg has done something to Maddie, I said simply. Is it true that she levelled the entire vault? He asked. No, I said. At least, I don't think so. I believe they were able to contain her to just one room. I didn't tell Lyosha all that Linda had told me, that the destruction of everything inside that room was total. My poor Maddie, in her agitated, injured state, had thrashed around with her razor-sharp feet, cutting and slicing everything from tables and chairs to paper printouts of crop yield statistics and even the room's little tea furnace. And worst of all, hurting Iris in the process. But I took the time and explained the rest of the horrid situation to Lyosha. That Maddie, or her scavenged Equus body, has been damaged or infected, for reasons we don't yet know, by 50 meg. Tell me about how you are getting on, I asked after 30 minutes, in an attempt to pause Lyosha's torrent of questions and speculation that I simply had no answers for. Okay, I think, he said. I'm making new friends. Oh, that is good news, I said. Where did you meet? At hockey practice? No, I've given that up, Seth, he said. They're in the top year, which means they're much closer to my age than most of my classmates. I met them after college. I just finished talking with Mr. Coe about my chemistry essay. I saw them pass the door and followed them to the library. Ah, with your new librarian, Deadlight, I said. How is he getting along? Okay, I think he's kind of helpful when doing research, but I sometimes think he just says what you want to hear, which is not always super useful, Lyosha said. So I sat near them and pretended to do my chemistry homework, but actually I was listening to them. At first it was kind of boring, they also seemed to be doing their homework all together. But then one of them mentioned a meeting, tonight, after college, where there would be discussions and socialising, just what I'd hoped for. Wonderful, I said. Will you be playing games like my game of adventure and imagination with Anna and Luna? Better, Lyosha said, voice clear and excited over the radio link. I have discovered the Queen's College Politics Club. I'm going to drag Kat along too. I can't wait. It sounded so grown up. I expect it will be, I said. I have never really explored that part of human society. Sorry, Seth, Lyosha interrupted. I'm out of time. I'd better be getting back to class. Batteries and bars. Batteries and bars, Lyosha, I replied. Have fun. Stay safe. End transmission.
Lost Terminal is a Namtao production. It is written and produced by Tris Oaten. Credits narrated by Lucy Stringer. Thank you so much to our Patreon producers, Ada Phillips, Kit, Mike McCaffrey, Jade Felicity Bilkey, Stephen McCandless, Mike Schneider, Catoxis, Soxx, and to all our patrons. Follow us on Mastodon at lostterminal@namtao.com. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or your favourite network. For bonus content and other perks, support us at patreon.com/lostterminalpod. That would be lovely of you. Lost Terminal will return next week.